So
Sir,
basically,
we have joined sir, three.
oh, you're all of you are there. Ask Praharsh to be there. Very important.
As is also there, this
Okay, fine. If all are there, excellent, appreciated. Okay. Now the first thing. Today is the last day of our jhana, and we are supposed to do third and fourth, at least third. So let me roll back and see how it should be done, how we should achieve it. The first things first is that upon waking up, don't sit. Simple. No sitting, walking, standing, sitting, lying down. Your mind is alive only for 18 hours, and 6 hours the mind is dead. Okay, you have to know this for yourself. Not that I'm saying and you agree to it. If you sleep, you go into dreams, and then the mind is dead. What does that mean? Is that I is not there. So I can't see, I can't hear, I can't taste, I can't touch, smell, and think. There's nothing called I. So basically, let's say taking my case, if I'm awake in 5 hours, so roughly I keep 6 hours. So if I take 4.5 hours each posture, it comes to 18 hours. Okay, that's the practice I need to have. The first key thing that I need to know that the mind is alive as I, as Vilas, for 18 hours only. That's the life what you have. It is cut off after sleep. So you can't consider that you are alive 24 hours. That you, whoever is that you, in this case, Vilas, not alive. So Vilas is not alive, his wife is not alive either, and son is not alive either, and the house is not alive either, and nothing is alive there. So what you are talking, or what I am talking as I, is only 18 hours, where I can marry, I can divorce, I can eat, I can sleep, I can go to work, I can fight, I can be happy, unhappy, this, that, everything is in this 18 hours. So basically, you have only 18 hours. So, not worth it to spend time on unnecessary things. Everyone has only 18 hours. And hence, this place is not mine. Clear? And hence, I came from Abhasara. This you mark it in blood if you want. This house where you're staying is not yours, because the time you are here is only 18 hours, not days, not months, not years, 18 hours. Every hour is Mara, not worth it. It's the first thing. Don't fight for cushion. Don't take cushion. Simple. And don't close eyes. It takes you to sleep. That means you're extending your sleep from 6 hours, you're sleeping for another 10 hours, which makes no sense. You're sleeping for 18 hours, maybe awake for the next 8 hours. That's it. And those 8 hours, you are in dream, meaning you have a wife, you have a job, you have this, you have that, and you keep on going around, and that's it. So, which is a dream. Because if you see, it's just a dream. It's just, you can go back, but physically, you can't be back there. Like the time I spent with Shaniel and Bobby is like a dream. I can't go back. Neither he can come back, nor Shaniel can be back. It's not possible. Every day was death, death, and 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 death. Only. There was no life. There's nothing there. And Chirag and Aryu, whom I met, is no longer there. Mrutyunjaya, who also was there, Veena, who was there, was not there. So this is first thing you need to make a note is 18 and 6 only. And out of that 18, forget the 6. Or if you're sleeping for 8 hours, then make it 16. If you're sleeping for 10 hours in a day, which is good, maybe you can sleep all the time. This is even more better. So you have only 14 hours. If you sleep for 12 hours, make it 12. Okay. And if you're daydreaming, add those also, which makes it even more better. That means you're mostly in the sleep state of existence. So you don't even know that you're sleeping. Okay. Now, this is the first thing, especially for today, when we are getting into Sukha. Every moment counts. Okay. Come to the second one. Very important, for which I wanted Praharsh to be there, and Chirag is anyway there, and Mrutyunjay is also here. Now, let's go through Sotapanna state to make very clear understanding what's this state of Sotapanna. Because this is most important. You will never be able to get into Sukha if you are not a Sotapanna. It's impossible. It's just impossible. You might be assuming you're in Sukha, you are not. Okay, so listen to it very carefully, and no questions right now until I finish it. Now, what is Sotapatti, Phala, and Sotapatti itself? Sotapatti is stream. Sota is listening stream. So you come into the Buddha Dhamma by listening or into the stream. Apatti, patti means to join, to come. So Sotapatti is a person who is come into by hearing. Now what happens? Like what happened day before yesterday to Praharsh. Exactly what Chirag had encountered, and the same thing what Mrutyunjay encountered. He started crying and he said, wow, so nice. It was something so different. Yes, it's correct. So let's analyze it, what happened and what happens. So the assignment was to understand Jati, Dhamma, Jara Dhamma, Vyadhi Dhamma, Marana Dhamma, 4 Dhammas. So we started as part of our jhana. And I was explaining to them, all the 4 of them, how you should practice. The practice here is that you see your childhood. The mind of a child is dead. You can't be acting like a child. Let's say at that time I had a Lego. Like, here you can check his son. In the initial 2019, when I met him, his son was playing with Lego and so many other things. Then he started playing with something else. Then he started playing with something else. Then he went to baseball, and then that went away. Then he started playing something else. Then he started playing something else. So the mind is changing all the time. As days progress, the mind is changed, the body is anyway changed. So the Luke whom I had seen in 2019-20, early 2020, is not exactly the same person I saw in 2024. And this time when I'm in San Francisco, Luke would be something different bodily. His mental state would also be different. It would not be the Luke whom I had seen in 2020. It's not possible. So if you see, the sight which came is gone. The sound which came are gone. The taste, touch, smell are gone. If you truly see it, then you see the Jati, Jara, Marana Dhamma totally. At that moment, if you're done going Kaji technique also or not, doesn't matter. When you see this, at that moment, all the six senses gets closed. This is the very challenging word, closer. People think something gets closed. What it means, it transcends the normal sensual state. The sensual state is continuity, whereas the non-sensual state is uncontinuous, non-continuous. So you penetrate into either one of the dhamma, which is jati dhamma, jara dhamma, vyadi dhamma, marana dhamma. Any one of these will bring you the Four Noble Truths. So at that moment, you get frozen. And when it gets frozen, Mrityunjaya, who was sitting there on that day, started crying because he didn't know what happened, because the world just ended. Okay. And hence, he can be sure that he reached somewhere. And I and Ashenial told him that this state is a Sotapanna state. And he also knows that happened. It's not that I knew it or Shaniel knew it or we both know it. Even if we both didn't know it, also he knows that he has achieved it. So that day, when Bobby was sitting behind, he was feeling real coolness because the senses, when they close, the body becomes literally cold. This is one example. In the same retreat, Chirag got exactly not the same, but almost similar. Please understand, everybody's karma is different. So the Sotapanna state will not be exactly the same, but the way you arrive might differ, but still you know you have achieved Sotapanna. How is the same way that you will penetrate into Dhamma, whatever at that point in time, and it opens up, and opens up, it clears. Some people cry because that's the only emotion that can come out. Nothing is left because it's dead. So it's frozen. In the frozen state of the mind, nothing, you don't want anything now. It feels burdensome. To continue to the next existence itself, you feel really, why should I? Because you have become a witness, sakshi, which is what we're going to take next. Because for the third jhana, it's mandatory that you are a sakshi, you are a witness. That's not possible. So, anyway, coming back to this point is that Chirag, on that day, at that moment, felt coolness. Some burden has been lifted away from him. So, when he saw his mother who was there in the retreat, he saw his wife in the retreat, or all of us being there, he didn't feel anything for that moment. He felt totally relaxed, completely dropped off. Okay. And again, we both said to him that you're a Sotapanna. What if we didn't tell him? Wouldn't he know it? He will. But the only difference would be that he would require some investigation to himself to get there. Otherwise, he would. Now, take Praharsh, for example, which he penetrated a couple of days ago and he broke down. And just like what Chirag did or what Mrityunjaya did, he was sobbing and sobbing, and then I did not give him much fuel to fire. I said, we'll talk later, because I wanted him to understand it by himself. I didn't want to do the mistake of what I did in the Brisbane retreat of saying that you're a Sotapanna. I want them to know, because it is Samana Magga, Shramana. That means out of your own effort, you should know it, not somebody saying it. Throw the statements of others in the dustbin. You should know it. It's you who should know it. It's not somebody should tell you. It's fine if they say, but you should know it. Okay. So this time around, I did not tell Praharsh. And only yesterday I told him, you're a Sotapanna. Because he was crying and he was totally in that state. I felt, let me ease his pain. And then I said, you are moved beyond Sotapanna right now because you're able to penetrate even much more than a Sotapanna could do it. It's very nice, very happy for him that he got it. It's good, excellent. Let him continue. Maybe if he continues before he leaves this place, he should leave as a Sakadagami. For sure. If he exactly does what he's doing today, and today if he penetrates into Sukha, he will, for certain, drop off all the baggages, which is the possessions. So just drops it off. There's nothing which he can possess now. And nobody can possess him, neither he get possessed. That's very nice. So the changes what I brought from the Brisbane to here is to cut off the Abhijja Vyapada, which this should be the starting point when we started doing it, which for some reason I was not that matured in Brisbane to bring this up, and also not much when I did the Yavatmal retreat. And then it dawned to me that I think we should bring all of this because we are supposed to work on 10 immoral deeds even before we get head along with the samatha practice. Anyway, next time around with anyone, like in the US retreat, we'll be doing that. So whatever happened is happened, but we can't do much. Okay, this is the second one. So you need to know for yourself your Sotapanna. And Avanti, I'm just specifically telling you that since you shared yesterday, is that if you have got that cool state, you're a Sotapanna already, so you don't have to cross check and get yourself muddled up, confused, and all of that, because you can't get into that state of existence without being a Sotapanna. But you might not be a Sakadagami yet because there are hindrances, so then that's what you need to be dealing with. Okay, this is the second one. Now we come to the practice part of it, is the third one. It's a very important one. Listen to it carefully, especially those who are staying with me in the next half an hour, 1 hour, whatever time I'm coming there. We're going to start that. So don't waste even a moment. No talking today. You can't talk. There's nothing called talking, meaning not physical talking, no talking in the mind, no vitaka vichara. And then you get sukha. If you have vitaka vichara, you are done. You can just pack your bag and leave. Simple. So be very clear in your goal. If you want this sukha to come, no vitaka vichara, no mental proliferation on anything. Okay. Now what you're going to do is that sati means sakshi. First to understand this. Sati means awareness, right? What is being aware? If you are not a witness, how can you be aware? Right? So first is sati. So the first step in satipatthana or in anapanasati sutta is so satova asasati, and before that comes parimukham upettapetva. That's the most important. Not about closing eyes. Keeping your attention in the front. It's got nothing to do with closing. I care a damn whether you close the eyes, you don't close the eyes, what you do with it. It's not mandatory. Throw all of these concepts outside and just check what Buddha is saying and just do it. So, parimukha, front. Pari means front. Mukha is face, in front of your face. Just make an attention in front of your face, not staring. Don't stare at nose entrance or one's lips or whatever it is, or near this area. All of that is fine as a kindergarten person, fair. But you are no longer a kindergarten person. You are a established Arya. That means you are a Sotapanna. You have to throw all that dust things outside. It's just like a first standard student trying to read the first standard books while he is in second grade. It's something like that. If you don't believe me, go to Ratha Vinita Sutta. You will come to see that. It's exactly what he's saying. You follow Buddha Dhamma not for Sila Visuddhi. You're not falling for chitta visuddhi. You're not falling for kankana visuddhi. That means doubt, removing the doubt. You're not falling for dhamma visuddhi, like that. No. You're doing it to let go, not to hold on to it. So if you're holding on to Goenkaji technique, or TMI, or PMI, or this MI, or that MI, just throw it in the bin. That's it. Burn it. Done. That job is done. They're no longer required. They're props. You don't require props. Now you require the real one. Just throw that out. All are, and if you're still not a Sotapanna, please have that only. Don't come here. This is not for you. It's only for Sotapanna and beyond. If you're not, better do that. Better do TMI or whatever MI or Goenka or even POC or Mahisi Sayadaw or Ajahn or whatever it is. You please do that. Be with that. Don't come here. There's no need. Don't mix. Especially those people who have come here to this retreat. No mixing. You're following Buddha. You're not following me. You've got nothing to do with me. I'm proving you through the sutta. I'm not proving through any tradition or anything that my teacher told me and that told me. That told me is told me. Got nothing to do with it. Okay. Now, having come here, that means today, I need to establish sati, which is awareness, which is in Pali also called sakhi. You read Kaya Sakhi Sutta. Maybe you should understand what he's trying to say. Okay, it's Kaya Sakhi. Today we are going to achieve Kaya Sakhi, which is Kaya Sakshi. Yeah. Now in this process, you have 4 Rupa and 4 Arupa, and the last one is Sanya Vidita Nirodha. Okay, 9-step process. We did the first step, which is Savitaka Savichara. So we took Jati Dhamma, Jara Dhamma, Vyadi Dhamma, Marana Dhamma, whatever it is, and we took it and watched ourselves. So there's nothing assumption, no imagination in Buddha Dhamma. So I'm seeing how was I born. That's Jati Dhamma. It's because of mother and father, Gandhabba being there, and all of that is what I am. Done. Now when I see that, I see everyone. They exactly have done the same. There's nothing different. So I follow that. Then second, in that is subsection 2, I'm not breaking sila. Anumattesu, vajjesu, which we did yesterday. Remember that. That's where you're supposed to be. If you break even a little, small one, that's it. You can't enter into Sukha. So don't compromise Sukha. Please. Don't compromise. And you need to be in Tunni Bhava. Hopefully, today you are in Tunni Bhava. Please refer to that sutta. If you have doubt, please go and see. It's a second jhana. Nothing to do with not talking or some making this symbol and all that. That's for non-sotapannas. That's fair. It should be there, but it's not for you. If you are still not a sotapanna, please do that. Maintain silence. Forced silence. Good. Please do that. Okay. Now when you hear in the Ariya, Stunni Bhava, it means noble silence. Okay. Now when I'm in noble silence, what should happen? There's no vitakka vichara. Avitakka avichara. So sato va asasati. First step. Witness. Dhigam va asasanto asasamiti pajanati. Now I know this body is expanding, contracting, which we did yesterday also. After that, after we did 4 of that, which is Kayanupassana completed, completely done, we come into Vedananupassana. Yesterday we did Piti Samvedi. So the Piti appears both in the mind, which is the naming part of it, naming as an experience, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, and Manasikara, having phassa as its object, contact. Without contact, no feeling. Without feeling, there's no perception. Without perception, there is no intention. There's no intention, there's no manasikara to make up my mind to watch it. Right? That is namakaya, right? Which we spoke yesterday. Now we are in rupakaya, the collection of Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, Akasa. This is the rupakaya. So we have understood this is rupa, which is five dhatus, and this is nama, where the contact is happening, a conscious experience is happening. So when that happens, the goosebumps happens in the body, but done through the mind. Because mind is calm. So it shows up as goosebumps in the body. Then shivers in the body. Yes. Then vibrations, body starts some vibration happening. Yes, it should happen. Why? Because it's just energy packets. This whole body is a material body, which is energies. Absolutely, it's atomic. What's stupid? It's atomic. So it's shaking everywhere. So the mind is able to see that. But this time there's a difference. You're the witness. You're not the mind. You're witnessing what's happening. And hence, Goenkaji also says, don't react. Even for the pleasant things, don't react. He says that. It's correct. What he's saying is correct. Don't react. So if you're getting vibrations, just watch them. Watch means witness, which means sakshi, which means sati. That's it. Got the point. I'm not against that you follow Goenkaji's technique. It's good. Absolutely great. But you've come back to Buddha. Don't stick around your neck there, because that's for pre, not for post. Now, when I'm sitting the usual cushion style meditation. So I use that also. So you sit and you feel vibrations. What is a vibration? It's a wave. You think world doesn't have waves, only you have waves. The entire universe is wavering. And hence you have mobile towers. It's waves. And hence you have RF. And you have VHF and so many different frequencies because there are waves. This radio wave, it's there. Whether you agree or disagree, the radio wave was there. Now, when you say BLE, Bluetooth light emitting, it means that there is a wave. So it's called Bluetooth. I can tomorrow call yellow tooth or green tooth or whatever tooth. Doesn't matter. The name can be anything, but the wave was there. So infrared is a wave. It's a wave. It's a wave formation. So the oceans have waves, the seas have waves, the body have waves. Blood goes in waves pattern. The doctor is sitting there. Maybe he should tell me much more. Dr. Wag. And there is another doctor, Dr. Rai. If you're saying 120/80 is blood pressure, it's a wave. It goes in wavery fashion. Have you ever seen how things move? How water moves? It moves by waves. So if the blood is consisting of water, how it should move? Like wave. So what is this business of, oh, waves are coming on, vibration? What? That's natural. So don't make it some story oriented. That's mind. Be a witness, sakshi. So what Goenkaji did was to make sure people understand. If he explains so much, people get confused. He just said, watch it. Take that and just watch it. Don't do anything. So that's one extreme anyway. So basically, you should know why it happens, because it's wave. So when I start watching this body from top to bottom, sabbakaya pati samvedi, both the kaya, namakaya, rupakaya, now goes into this jumping motion. So then in the process, you get bhanga, dissolution. That means whatever solidity was experienced by the mind is now dissolved into waves. That's what you achieved. And hence the piti starts on this, like hair standing up, sweat, some energy movement happening in the spine, or something going up and down, and feel you've been tossed here, there, all that. Who is this you getting it? It's a mind. So don't get caught up in that, because it's still the mind which is enjoying it. You be the witness of it. And this witness cannot happen if you're not a Sotapanna. It would be a shame on the Dhamma that a person who is not even a Sotapanna can experience witness, even though Goenkaji can shout at top of his voice, Sakshi Bhav, no Karta Bhav, no Bhukta Bhav. But the mind is a forerunner. So it takes Sakshi aside, it takes the Bhukta. I am enjoying this vibration and I am doing it. So he would ask this question: how did this happen? Because mind wants to know. Like we have one news anchor in India who keeps on shouting at top of his voice, and then he puts it as India wants to know. It actually he wants to know, but he puts India wants to know, and then he keeps on shouting. He doesn't allow the other person to talk. He'll keep on talking himself. So today there is no vitakka vichara at all. Avitakka avichara. That means no questions, no verbalization at all. No verbalization. And the moment you are not there, Visikiccha takes over. That means doubt. You get into doubt whether I'm doing it right or wrong. Many people who call me, they first explain, am I right in doing? I want to ask them, you should know or I should know? No, I just wanted to know. What you wanted to know? See, you have eaten a banana. Is this a banana? If somebody asks, what should I answer? You should know what you have eaten. No, I thought so, but I just wanted to check once with you. Once with me on what? Is a banana? Like that. So basically, the difference between Buddha Dhamma and other Dhammas is Buddha Dhamma, like Jain, which is Mahavira, these two people are samana. They will not make you, they will not give you an answer instantaneously. They will ask you to work it out. In other religions, they put it on divine. God has given you this, very good, carry on, child, do this. Not happens in Buddha Dhamma at all. Same thing with Jain. They don't answer to you. In fact, it is better in Jain, better be a Jain than a Buddhist, because you are physically torturing yourself, which is Jain philosophy, not even a Buddhist philosophy for that matter. So 100%, if I leave out 100, at least 99%, we all are Jains, thinking we are following the Buddha. I don't think so. Because in Buddha, it is 1 plus 1 equals to 3. No. Can be 1? No. It's always 2. That's it. Either you get it or you don't get it. There are only two options. In Jain, there's a Syatavada. Third option, maybe. At least Syat is there. That's far better in philosophy than Buddha. Buddha is direct. Either you get it or you don't get it. In fact, it is like most of the software companies use Scrum. It's either zero, which means you didn't complete, or one, you completed. You can't say, I'm almost completing. There's nothing called almost completing. So today, when you're getting into Sukha, this for these four people who are there, either you got Sukha or you didn't get Sukha. There's nothing like, I think I almost, no, no, almost. That means you got back into Vitaka Vichara, so you're down, down, you're down. First jhana. If first jhana has not been established, you're back into sensual. And that's it. There ends the matter. So the result is fail. Done. Why? Kamachanda, Vyapada, Thinamida, Udacha, Kukucha, Visikicha. Out of these five hindrances, one of the guy has taken it over. So let's analyze it for the benefit of those four people and others who would like to try this out. Sati goes away the moment doubt comes. Because Sakshi cannot stay with doubt. So you have a doubt, Sakshi vanishes. It is left with only with mind. And mind knows only what it knows. Because the doubt has appeared in the mind, not in the Sakshi. Sakshi has got nothing to do with it. So the mind has doubt. What it should do? It gets restless. And when it gets restless, then it starts going back. Oh, in that place I had sat, I had got it. Maybe I will drive there. I think it will come. Because that's past. Now you go back. Let's say I did it in Bodh Gaya. Right now it's not working. So no matter whatever is the flight cost, I will book the flight ticket to Bodh Gaya. I'll fly there. And then I go into the temple and I'll sit under the same tree where I had sat. Because that's the mind. Now I sit, some bees comes because it is hot in at present in Patna and in that area. So this horrible heat. Then I'm sweating like rotten mango. Then the bees and these ants and these mosquito, then flies are coming. Then I shoo them everywhere. Then I think I should go and sit somewhere else. And I sit somewhere else. And then I feel hungry. Then I go and eat. Then I feel sleepy. Then I don't know what's happening because when I sat last time, it was winter or better season. So I think I should come back again in during that time. And then I do my best. Then I go to the hotel. And when I go to the hotel, I feel like sleeping. So I sleep and then I wake up and then I think that again I'll go to Bodh Gaya temple. So if I go into the temple now and it should work, a lot of people rush and people are doing various activities there. And then I feel worried. Then there is some chanting going on, something going on, and all of this. That's mind. It has all the five hindrances. Avanti, more to you. So, there's many hindrances. So, when you talk to your mother or whomever it is, be aware that you are disturbing the jhana because you are still in sensuality. You put one leg in jhana, not going to work. Even if you're sotapanna, it doesn't work. You can't bring anything of sensuality in jhana. No relationships, nothing. All are same, no difference. So don't bring. And same thing with these four people who are sitting there. And you need to do this. And for the four people, don't bring your past references to Goenkaji technique and you did it, it didn't work. Now Vilasji it is working. Great that it is working, but don't keep on saying the same thing all the time to yourself or to me that if not for Vilasji, I wouldn't have got it. Fine, thank you. It's not Vilasji who did it. I've got nothing to do with it. It is the Buddha Dhamma which is taking care of it. I've got nothing to do with it. So don't appreciate me and depreciate me at the same time. I've got nothing to do with it. You refer the sutta, it exactly says what you need to do. Just do what Buddha says. Don't do what others say. Refrain from taking something from some human being who knows little only, claiming that that's all what it is. Throw that in the dustbin and follow what Buddha says. That's it. Don't follow what Vilas says also, because Vilas is also a learner. Fair. But follow what Buddha says. He says, do this, do this. No argument. That's it. Like the question what Bobby had asked me yesterday, that where in the sutta it says that you have to don't sit. Yes, it's there. Very much there. In that Nimitta Sutta, he says that if you are in samadhi for long, you get into sleepy. What in samadhi includes what? You walk fast, then you stand, then you sit, and you get tired, so you sleep. So the samadhi is broken. So you get into thinamida. So you need to balance it out. So you know you have only 18 hours of living as I in the mind. So you divide it properly so that you are not tired of sitting, standing, walking, lying down. 4.5 hours. And if possible, bring it to 20 hours so that you get even more time. So the sleep, dead sleep, is only limited to 2 hours. That's what the Jagariyana yoga is all about. That's the thing we should go ultimately. Anyway, coming back to this, today you get into joy first. Piti will come. It's a way of sitting right now, and you just get up. You get up in joy. Ask your next participant to take a picture of you. By chance, you don't have a smile on your face, slap yourself twice. Because when you are in piti, smile is a natural occurrence. Because there is one Chetasika called as Hasitutpada. Those who have studied Abhidhamma would remember there's a Chetasika that will get activated. Once it get activated, you can't stop smiling. There's no end to it. That means in any given condition, you'll have a nice smile. Not forced smile, smile. Not that we are talking about, or faking the smile. Real smile. It comes automatically. Because there is that Chetasika called as Hasitutpada. Okay. Those who have studied Abhidhamma, if they are not studied Abhidhamma, it's fine. You don't have to go now and see. It's there. I think somebody here is a PhD in Buddhism can know that. Yes, it's there. Okay. Then, the first thing, if you have smile, it should not go to frown. Meaning, you can't frown. You can be serious, that's separate, but the smile is there. It's all the time, it's there. You are smiling inside, maybe showing just for the sake of showing outside. Like yesterday, people are asking me, Bhanu was asking me, Vilas ji, sir, your videos are very serious. I say by purpose, I make the things serious. But if you meet me, there is no seriousness. And he was saying that when we were talking on our terrace, he was saying that he was having fear that if I ask this question, what's going to happen if I had that question? I said, you can ask any question. I'm the most funniest person. I and serious don't go together. But for when I sit here on Dhamma seat, I'm the most serious person. I think Bobby has seen that change between when I used to sit, I'm a total different person. When I get up from that seat, normal. And I always make jokes. I can't stay doing jokes and I can't stay smiling at all because that Chetasika will not make you stop smiling. You don't have to force a smile, it just comes. Okay. So, by chance, if you're not smiling, there is something wrong with you. So, you should go and rectify it because you are here in Buddha Dhamma not to frown or not to feel. That's not Buddha Dhamma. That I don't know what it is actually. Why you should be so serious in life? You should seriously practice, not be serious in life. As though this person is, if you look at him, you feel depressed yourself. What if these four people who have come here, they look at me depressed? What will they gain of being with me for next 10 days? I think every hour is going to be painful for them because I'm sitting like this. If you want, you do it. I don't know. No, should have energy, virya. And the person shouldn't get tired. If he is very tired, I think, oh, today I think I had enough. Okay, I'll go and sleep. Better you leave that person and go. Anyway, coming back. Today, not only have smile automatic, not created, you should feel relieved completely from top of your head to the tip of the toe, bodily and mentally. You're in Sukha. Let me explain to you the experience, what you're going to have, especially these four people who are sitting here. First, you would be drawn towards non thirst state. Craving so much reduces. You don't feel thirst for anything. It's quenched. That means if you see $1 million lying there in cash, or somebody wants to transfer me in dollars, no reaction to it. Because this sukha literally cannot even 1/16, that's what Buddha says, of that 1 million. As an example, yesterday and day before yesterday, some people have given me cash. So I was asking them, what should I do with this? Do you have anything that you prefer me to buy? Because you're given for my personal consumption. So what should I buy? They said, you can buy anything you want, sir. But I don't want anything. You tell me what I should buy, I will buy it and wear it or keep it or do whatever with it. But if you ask me, what do you want to buy? Whatever you want to buy, I don't want anything. And that's a real state of existence. I'm not faking it. I don't want anything. In fact, they're given the money. So I could have taken my car and or scooter or whatever I had. I could have rushed and bought something. But I know this joy and this sukha cannot come with this buying. Yesterday I told them I had an old a DVD player which Aryu has seen when he was here. So it was working and it stopped working. So I ordered a AV player and I also ordered a woofer because they both were dead. So threw them off and bought it. It came. I assembled it and did what? Nothing. Just for trying, I tested 5.1 channel and how Dolby Atmos works and blah, blah, all that working. And then my mother-in-law has to see her serial. So now it is ready. She can play and she can watch, do whatever she wants. But as far as I'm concerned, even if I go and play some music, I don't feel as attracted as in my teenage. In fact, I don't get attracted at all. That's the unfortunate case. Otherwise, you would literally go there and see it, play it on high decibels, that, and then dance a little bit and all of that. No feeling. So what should I do with it? I don't know, because it didn't give me joy. Neither it gave me sukha. So the thirst is gone. And you can see it for yourself that there's no thirst. First thing. Second, when the thirst is quenched, your hunger for sight, sound, taste, touch, smell is gone. Meaning everything looks the same. Let's say the difference between sitting here and sitting in Avanti's home in the next 4 months would exactly mean the same. It's just sitting, posture. And then we go to Brooklyn River or Statue of Liberty, or we go here, there, or that Buttermilk Falls or some other falls or no falls. It wouldn't make any difference at all. Let's say in 2006, if I was there in Statue of Liberty, maybe I would have taken 100 photos of the Statue of Liberty. But nothing. In fact, in 2010, I was in Philadelphia, New Jersey, everywhere. But that state in 2010 and now, 16 years later, same Philly, same New York, same New Jersey, wouldn't make any difference to me. Because you can see the thirst and hunger both are gone. So you don't feel like eating through eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body. So that's the ultimate sukha, happiness, without senses, no senses, just pure conscious experience. And that's third jhana. If done properly, it will last for 7 days. That means this sukha is continuous for 7 days or more. As far as I've seen, it stays for 7 days. Then it goes down to joy, unless you do something to get back sukha, or if you're slightly enhanced, it gets into upekha. And once in upekha, it stays for 30 days. You don't have to do anything. Morning, you wake up, you're in upekha. Afternoon, you're in upekha. Night, you're in upekha. Again, in morning, you're in upekha, like that. That means no effort to be done. And hence, you're a sotapanna, because there is no immoral act. You don't break sila. Because if you are in upekha, how the sila can be broken? They don't go together. Or you're in sukha, why will you break sila and lose your happiness? You tell me, which person will do that? No one will do it. So there is no effort. And that's the reason Buddha says it is the most sukha. If you have to put effort for sukha, that means there's something wrong. Have you ever asked yourself that sukha means happiness? For that, again, why should you put effort? If you put effort, that is not happiness. So your job is to remove the hindrance, not the happiness. Happiness comes as a result of it, not as a separate process to get happiness. And the process for happiness is removal of 10 immoral deeds, dasa akusala, and nivarna, that is hindrances. And that's it. So today, if we get a demo of that sukha, if we take a picture in the evening of us, all of us sitting, and if I ask my wife, please come and take a photograph, they should have a natural smile, not a picture smile. If somebody is taking picture, no. There should be a natural smile. Second, that place should be filled with booming energy, meaning if somebody comes there, they feel relief of their suffering. Meaning these people who are staying there, maybe they should talk, or Rai should say what is the feeling from the last 6 days they are staying there. What's that they're experiencing? That will give you an answer. Anyone would like to speak? You don't have to put on the video because you might not get a very good video signal there. But if somebody wants to share for the benefit of others, it'll be good. What's the feeling you're getting in that house? Anyone? Otherwise, I'll skip that section. Okay, fine. I think they are either in the third jhana or maybe on the eighth jhana. Let us leave them. Okay. So basically, if you stay there or you happen to be there yourself, and then you will create a energy center or the waves where somebody comes there with depression, that person will get non-depressive. That's lively. A person is so lively that it takes out his pain, his or her pain, and they feel relieved. And that's Sukha, because you have transferred Sukha to him. Basically, you made happy and sent him or her. Okay. And then Upekha. So that's the last part of it, which automatically happens once the Sukha gets exhausted. There's a timeline for that because it can't stay without effort. So once it's just like a cycling and you're going down and then you don't have to put any effort and you're enjoying it. But slowly the road will start climbing up and now you have to put effort to maintain that or it stops. So then if you put more effort, again, effort required to get into the fourth jhana, but once it is in fourth jhana, you don't have to put any effort. Now it is automatic. And mind it, no hindrances are going to come. For the next 30 days, not a single hindrance will come. No kamachanda, no vyapada, no thinamida, no udacha kukucha, no visikicha, nothing. Because you already removed vivicheva kamehi, vivicheva akusala dhammehi in the first jhana. So if you're getting it, you have come back to the first jhana, or it will pull you back into sensual world, which is kamaloka. So sato vasasati, sato vapasasati, dhigam vasasanto, asasamiti pajanati, rasam vasasanto, asasamiti pajanati, sabbakaya pati samvedi, asasi sameti sikkati, sabbakaya pati samvedi, pasasi sameti sikkati, pasam bhayankaya sankharan, asasi sameti sikkati, pasam bhayankaya sankharan, pasasi sameti sikkati. This is where the breath becomes very, very, very soft. You are walking, you're standing, you're sitting, lying down, makes no difference as far as the breath goes. Then you're coming into piti and sukha. If it persists, I'll cover the other two also so that you know when it happens. These two are related to chitta, they are not related to the kaya. Now you will stop this after sukha. What happens? You get into chitta. It's chitta anupassana. Not anupassana of chitta anupassana, it's related to chitta. The first thing you'll see is this chitta sankhara. That means you're observing and you're naming it. That means passa, vedana, sanyas, chetana, manasikara. That's a nama, which is part of the nama. Nama means mind. So this chitta. Now, chitta sankhara pati samvedi assasi sameti sikhati. Now, as a witness, not vilas, as a witness, I'm witnessing vilas, chitta, sankhara, which is feeling and perception. I'm seeing what vilas is feeling. What's the last drawn thought or experience of vilas? Not my experience. I've got nothing to do with vilas. But what's vilas experience and what's vilas perception? I've got nothing to do with vilas. There's no vilas left. Okay. Then chitta sankhara pati samvedi we did. Pasambhayan chitta sankharan, asasi sameti sikkati, pasambhayan chitta sankharan, pasasi sameti sikkati. Now, here, what I'm going to do is, now that I'm observing vilas feeling, vilas perception, I'm drowning, or I'm, what I can say, drowsing off, removing off the sanya and vedana of vilas, because they are created ones. And that is a real peace in the chitta. So when I go to the chitta anupassana, the next step, what happens if they are in upekha? I'm telling that because it lands to upekha, is that chitta pati samvedi asasi sameti sikkati, chitta pati samvedi passasi sameti sikkati. Now I'm observing the mind itself, not my mind, the mind, the instrument called as mind. I'm observing it. Then abhipamojaham chittam, the chitta, mind, is now in pamoja. It's in most happiest state ever, because it is in sakshi. It's exactly copied the sakshi. So now abhipamoja happens. It's a gladdening. It's so much glad that I can fill up this universe with gladness. That means I don't find any pain anywhere in this world. Okay, that happens. That is the time I am in the verge of fourth jhana. Culmination is samadhi. Samadaham chittam asasi sameti sikkati. Samadaham chittam pasasi sameti sikkati. After this, it waits before it disintegrates. Vimokaham chittam pasasi sameti sikkati. Vimokaham chittam pasasi asasi sameti sikkati. Pasasi sameti sikkati, which means that now the chitta is liberated. That means there is no thing called as mind. It's gone. Then comes Dhammanupassana, which is beyond this topic, but I'll cover it since I've covered all the 12 of them. Covering the other 4 would not be a good thing, would be a non-justifiable. So you get anicca, you can see it, because everything is anicca. The body is anicca, mind is anicca. You left the mind, meaning the sakshi left the mind. You can just go and celebrate now. Then the body is already disintegrated, no body, no mind state. So anicca anupassana, anicca. Then viraga, there's no raga now, no colored by mind, no colored by the body. Then nirodha, cessation. At that nirodha samapatti moment, raga dvesha moha is completely vanquished. It's no longer there. It's a celebrating moment, the last moment before the arhat state is patinissak. It waits few moments to see whether the mind can be brought back, enters into sadness, deep sadness. Then amata happens, deathless. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gone. That's it. These are 16 steps of Anapana. It's done. And hence Buddha says anybody doing Anapana becomes an arhat. 100%. I too agree. I too agree. It need not be a layperson. It need not be a recluse or whatever. It is true. As long as you're human, as long as you're an Arya, it works. So don't have to carry some notions that only bhikkhus or only recluse will get it, lay people cannot get it. All those are labels. They're labels. Don't go by labels. Any label is a pain to carry. Throw the label. That's it. You're done. So I'm also done to go and teach them. Otherwise, I have time if anybody wants to ask questions or anything with relation to this from the third jhana, how to attain and steps, etc. I can take it. Otherwise, done. Yes, Chirag, you had wanted to say something and I had blocked you.
Yeah, not that important. I was just wondering if it's really true that without being a sotapanna, you cannot experience sukha or the jhanas.
You can't.
Okay, because I guess in my experience, I do remember experiencing this jhana like state, when I was younger.
You will be
So
getting a jhana like state. It is not jhana. You just answered the
okay.
question. It's a jhana like state because in jhana, what happens here is that it's long lasting. Number one. And number two is that there's no effort. See, it's like this. Let me put it in a proper way. It's not paradoxical, but almost paradoxical. Is that you need to be sotapanna to experience jhana, but you don't have to be sotapanna to experience jhana. It's slightly confusing. Let me tell you. If you have a mantra, so let us say Gayatri mantra, and if I keep on reciting, I enter into jhanas. But it's not Arya jhana, it's Anarya jhana because you've suppressed. So for that moment, you get the jhanas. Absolutely true. The first jhana you will experience, the second jhana experience, then the third jhana, sukha will come. And you start crying looking at that sukha, but it goes away. And you don't know how to get it back. So you start reciting the same mantra, which will not bring you back what you had got because the dopamine is gone. So you require more dopamine, more mantras to get that sukha state. It's just like I had one drug and then the same amount of drug will not give me that sukha. So I need to have some more additional quantity of drug to get that. So it's like that. So for those people, actually, it's for every one of us. You should get all anarya jhanas. Okay, props. Anarya jhana means with props. Arya jhana means without props. So if I go to a retreat, it is a prop. It's not a something you can do it yourself. That means you have surrendered yourself to some person, something, and saying that, sir, oh, you do it, you help me. Okay. And that prop, in that prop, I can have many mantras. Let's say I'm a Buddhist of Tibetan origin and I can recite Om Mani Padme Hum for continuous. Okay. If I'm from ISKCON, it's a beautiful thing. Actually, ISKCON, you get into jhana so quickly, better than anybody else. You just become Radhe. That's it. You marry Govinda. Radhe Govind. It's beautiful. I'm telling you, Chirag, we should be in ISKCON. If you want jhana, just get into ISKCON. In just 3 months to 6 months' time, you will experience jhanas, all the four rupa jhanas you'll experience. Let me tell you how it works. One, this one, what I can say, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Just keep on reciting it. Don't allow the mind to let go of this Hare Rama, Hare Krishna mantra. Okay? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not wrong. It exactly fits in there. It doesn't allow the mind at all. Just scratches and scratches and scratches. It's just like, you're taking a matchstick and matchbox and rubbing and rubbing and rubbing and rubbing and rubbing. At a particular time, it just lights up. Then the tears of joy starts. And you start to see that, oh my God, what's happening? Same thing with the dynamic meditation of Osho. 1 hour extensive jumping around. immediately stop. There is Mahesh Yogi's transcendental meditation. It works wonders. In fact, no, it's not just devotion which works. There's a society in US by very famous physicists and scientists. They call it as Om equals MC square. The place is in Philadelphia, and it's a very big institute. They follow Vedanta, and the Vedanta Society of New York, they sponsor these programs, and then beautiful ones. If you go and see these videos, they explain the entire quantum mechanics using Vedanta. Advaita philosophy is beautiful. It's so nice. It's not mystical, it's perfect. How the string theory and this works. Okay, because it's all quanta. So ultimately you will come to see that an atom here and atom somewhere else, they both position itself. So it's nothing like magic. It already knows. What's your next move is known to that. And that's the reason that the double slit experiment works, because it's known. It knows it. It's the knower is already there. So you can't hide the knower. That means if you toss two coins, the coins know whether to fall heads or tails. That's quanta. Okay, anyway, coming back to this is that if you follow, instead of E is equal to MC square, you make it, they have put that formula, Om is equal to MC square. Om means Om, not the OHM, Om. Okay, Om equals MC square. If you want, I can send you the video. It's beautiful ones, all are beautiful. And they keep on having this regular workshops for scientists, how they can experience non-dualistic existence. Okay, it perfectly synchronizes. It's a philosophical side, but you can see the scientific side through mathematics, through applied mathematics, and then through applied physics. You can see that how it works. Richard Feynman, he found this out, saying that he said it's more Advaita than what I thought. He's a scientist. Okay, and his physics is great, absolutely thought-provoking. And many of his works are towards Advaita. So if you want to have non-dual, just like Buddha is actually non-dual. So you can have the same non-dual existence with this. It works. So what you need to do for Anariya is to carry a mantra, carry something, even a kasina. We have this kasina in the Buddha teaching. Just follow the kasina. There are 9 kasinas. Just do that. Earth kasina, water kasina, fire kasina, air kasina, space kasina, and then you go into the first arupa jhana kasina, second arupa jhana kasina, like that, and you will have 8 of them. It blasts. For those people who can't understand this teaching, Buddha himself says, follow the kasina. And Buddha Gosa expanded it. He's done it really well. You can use kasina. It's a prop. It's fine. For those people who can't get it, they can't. So you get into what's your aim? Your aim is Sukha, right? If your aim is Sukha, you better follow whatever is given to you. So then, and then it works. Okay, so that's another way of doing. So what you would have experienced during your childhood or whatever it is, it would have been anariya because you would be doing something and just in Sukha.
Yeah, for me it was reading a book. I was reading a book, and I think it lasted several hours, maybe 6-7 hours.
Yeah, it will stay.
Whole thing.
But it will last for 7 days, not 7 hours. It will last for a long time. No matter what you do, you will have Sukha. Good one. So this one will be different. This is Ariya way, meaning you're cutting off the rebirth consciousness itself. Otherwise, the mind is getting created again and again.
So I guess you're saying, let's say, even the first four jhanas, they can be the Arya way and the Anarya way, or
Yes,
nothing
you
like
don't
that.
have to be a Sotapanna to get into jhanas. That's the reason I said it looks paradoxical.
Mhm.
To get into the Buddha Dhamma jhana, you need to have Arya, right? Because you're Sotapanna. I can get the four jhanas or all the eight jhanas without being a Sotapanna. Like in the case of Alara Kalama and Uddaka Ramaputta, they were no Sotapanna or whatever Panna it is. They could do all eight jhanas. In fact, there is Sutta also. There's Sutta where Buddha says, what's the difference between my jhana and other people's jhana? They do exactly the same thing. But he says, in mine,
Yeah.
you get extinguished. In theirs, they come back.
Yeah, even Buddha used to do eight jhanas before he came
Exactly.
onto Buddha.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's nothing strange about it. All that you require, like, and the most amazing thing of ISKCON, which I have found personally experiencing it, because I'm a ISKCON patron, so I've joined ISKCON a long time ago, not now. So I exactly know how it works. It works. The main thing is it works. If I'm following Mahesh Yogi, join the TM technique, and then beautiful. I don't have to struggle so much as what I'm struggling with Buddha Dhamma. It takes 1/3 of the time what I'm taking with the Buddha Dhamma to achieve all the jhanas. Not even 1/3. It's even more lesser than that. Osho, most simplest. I don't have to do anything except for dynamic meditation, which is dancing and doing some crazy things, and stop it. So that's the difference between Anarya and Arya. So now that you are Sotapanna, you have to tread it in a different way. Now you try doing Anarya, it will not work. Now you read some book and try to get into jhana, it will not work because you would have cut it off. In Brisbane, what you experience, that would have cut off all the Anarya side of it. It doesn't work. The same thing with Praharsh, he can try. So anyway, when we meet there, he can try. He's here only, so it doesn't work. You will never be able to get into it. Forget about doing it. Because you will have so much on Buddha that it doesn't make it work. It changes your perception because that chitta itself is removed. That mind which held it of Anarya is already gone. So then you can't get it back. Just like the childhood chitta, can you get it back? No. Let's say I was sucking a lollipop and my father was giving me all that. Will I get it back? Because that chitta which enjoyed that lollipop no longer exists. And that my father was doing like this and like this, all that, where there's no father at all now. Where will he do this and this and this? By the way, tomorrow is my father's 16th year anniversary. So my wife said, tomorrow is your father's anniversary. I said, okay, great. If he's reborn as human, he would be a teenager, 16 year, maybe studying for his exam. Or he just finished his exam and waiting for his results to join a college. Okay, anyway. Any other question from anyone? Avanti, you have any question? You understood what to do?
Yes, sir. I just want to acknowledge that it is so true. Uh, the real transformation happened recently, in recent years. But growing up with so many different practices, I could suppress the mind, or all those negative thoughts or positive thoughts. I could suppress that for time being, and it could turn out like a whitewash. for time being, but my uh, sankharas were not gone. It started to disappear from me completely in recent years after starting real meditation, open eyes and closed eyes.
Good. Thank you.
And about understanding, I could relate to every instruction, but looks like I want to watch it again, the recording of this video, and then confirm that. Thank
Yeah,
you,
sure.
sir.
Anyway, if not, we'll be doing it together, so don't worry.
Thank you, sir.
You have to wait for another 4 months.
I'll continue though.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can continue doing whatever it is, but after 4 months, we can be anywhere together. We'll do it. Okay.
Just a quick question, sir,
Sure.
if there's still time. So this is something I've noticed frequently. So let's say sometimes I do these 1 hour sits, right? And after half an hour, my body gets very cold. I start feeling cold even though I'm wearing a jacket and starts shivering. I think I was always confused. Huh?
That's piti, P-I-T-I.
Okay, that's okay, because it always happens. I'm always like, maybe it's the morning cold, but the window is closed.
No.
So
What happens here is that when how this whole thing happens is good thing what you stated is like if you have either suppressed the Kamachanda Vyapada for time being, that means no Kamachanda Vyapada has come, or you have watched breath in a very proper way as a witness, then you get into piti. Okay, because there's no vitaka vichara happening, so it gets into avitaka vichara state, which is joy. And one of the key result of that in almost all of us is feeling cold.
even though it may feel uncomfortable, let's say the shift feels.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
It will feel frozen. In some places, you feel literally cold, frozen out. And in some places you feel warm, but in many of the places you feel cold and you feel like freaking out as something has happened. But it's not. You shouldn't allow the mind to get disturbed. Just be an observer. So the whole body freezes exactly like dead body, right? So if you try moving your fingers, it is frozen. It's just frozen. You can't move it. Okay? You means the mind is trying to move, so it doesn't move. Or you just be a witness. This happened. Right? And then it comes back. And then the joy multiplies. You should wait for the joy to multiply. It's a multiplier effect. It is much multiplier than the highest shares you could have applied, meaning the market boomed so much that you get 500% high is infinite. It's a multiplier effect. The joy multiplies. And hence it can stay for 7 days because it just multiplies.
Okay.
And at that time, if anybody tries to irritate you, it'll be fun. Because there can't be any irritation and joy at the same time. So now either you will not get irritated at all because you are in joy, and that person also cannot irritate you much because that energy is so different that he will forget what for he came to talk to you. It's always better you be in Tuni Bhava. It is noble silence.
Yeah, I think for me the effect always wears off after a couple of hours. I don't know if it has to do with I guess living a normal life, but maybe it's not.
No,
deep
that's
enough.
what you are made up in your mind that you're doing a normal life, your family, this, that, and that you should leave. As a Sotapanna, it is acceptable, but then if you want to grow, you shouldn't create boundaries. You shouldn't create some kind of casting. You don't have to cast. This is my family life. This is my wife, and she's like this and like that, and etc. Or my mother, or this job, or all these are obstacles. The more obstacle you create, the worse it gets. Just have to see everybody is the same. Because it's very important to know that you are from Abhasara like anybody else. So then the mind will not venture out. You means the mind is from Abhasara, and without knowledge it went here. Okay. Yes, Rai. Rai or anyone. Yeah, go ahead.
Prahas and me are here, sir, and
Okay.
Bhanu is also here. So we were asking something that was the phone was disconnected, the Wi-Fi was having issue. So now we can speak.
No, please speak. I was asking, how is the stay for the last 6 days you are at that place? What do you feel?
Sir, it's really fantastic, sir. We never feel bored, sir. We always enjoy with you, sir. It
No,
really
no, you can enjoy with me, is fine. I'm asking a specific thing. Now that you are there at that home, okay, now there should be bubbling of energy in that house, right?
yes.
Whether I'm there or not there, it should have bubbling of energy. Just like what we did in Brisbane, I and Shaniel did a grid of energy so that when people come, they get insights, number one. And number two is that any of their mental state where they have hindrance shouldn't get flared up. So we both used to sit and do. So the first few days of my stay in Brisbane was to build this up, both in the people who are going to stay, with the meaning to say that the men are going to stay in one place. So we made one meditation hall for men and another meditation hall for women. So we had a lot of meditation, sitting meditation sessions and other way of doing it in for men, but we had not done for women. So few days before their arrival, then we did in female. So the objective was that they should have insights and they should feel really bubbled up with energy. That means if you bring a depressed person over there, he should feel not depressive. So my question was, Rai, since you're also a doctor, so I wanted to know what is your experience sitting there?
I'm feeling very happy, sir, and it's. And I think I am not able to explain, sir, because it's only feeling, sir. So everybody here in this house are really feeling well, sir. We're feeling happy, and sometimes we are getting attached also with the situation, the good situation. We are just enjoying here, sir. So always in a Preeti and Sukha, you always told. So this we are feeling here, sir.
Okay, good.
Perhaps want to tell something, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I actually had raised my hand to share something.
Sure, please go ahead.
Sir, I don't know if it's related to jhana or off topic, but let's see. So, yesterday, of course, we were trying to get into the first jhana, and I did tell you that my mind was chattering, was having a hard time sort of stopping it. Today, ever since I woke up, actually went into the shower and I observed that the jati jara vyadhi maran that you sort of talked about got sort of activated involuntarily, and uh, without an effort I was able to watch my body, the physique, changing its temperature, getting cleaner, and sort of from head to toe how the water is sort of passing down, right? And that sort of I was able to get rid of all the thoughts there for a few, maybe say half an hour, I'd say. And it was during the breakfast that the thoughts had vanished entirely, because I was able to, not at the intellectual level, understand that it's the body that's getting hungry and needs food to sort of sustain and survive. And I was able to feel the taste feel the food go down the stomach, and then the hunger actually died. And it was then that the food had to decay and die, and it would sort of come out as excreta, right? And I went to, urinate, and all this while there was tremendous awareness in me that witness consciousness had gotten activated, and I tried to sustain it by walking. And I noticed that the thoughts were passing by, but they weren't affecting me. uh, and so when you talk about no vitakka vichara, what I presume is that the thoughts, a few thoughts might come and go, but there is literally no reaction as such, because you do understand the arising, decaying, and eventually dying of anything, literally including the thoughts, right? That's one thing. Now, of course, there are no expectations of what happens today. Want to talk to you more on that when you come here, but yes, this is what I wanted to sort of share with you today.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, that's correct. So the thoughts will appear just like sights appear, sound appear, taste appear, like that. The thoughts also appear, but there is no holding on to any thought. They just arise and pass away. So you've seen the arising, you've seen the staying, you've seen the cessation. So upada, titi, bhanga, all the three you're seeing, which is very good, appreciated, uh, good thing for you. So continue doing that. So what happens post this is that you will get the sukha when the sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, and thoughts no longer harbor. So the thirst is gone. Along with that, the hunger is also gone. So you're in sukha. It is unconditioned sukha. There's no conditions attached as regards to the senses. So you're done. So that will be the best thing for you or for anyone sitting there if you are able to get that. And when I come there, we will do the guided meditation to achieve this. So for 2 hours plus, we will do it. Okay. Any other? If not, shall I end for today? With your kind permission. Otherwise, I can stay here. Bobby, you have anything? Bobby says no. It's good.
No, that's it. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so Bobby, I hope you got clarity on sitting, standing, walking, or walking, sitting, walking, standing, sitting, lying down.
Yeah, I think you are always mentioning that sequence.
It's there in Satipatthana also.
Thank you, Vilas.
Okay, all right. So good day and see you tomorrow with more of this. Thank you. Bye.